Hello everyone, Miss Debbie here, and I have another video for you. This video has to do with jobs in the school and church family. Why do children need jobs at such a young age? Well, there's a few different reasons. The first is feeling belonging, feeling the sense of that family. And that makes them feel safe in their environment. It helps with the commitment they have to make when these jobs are assigned, and the responsibility to start a job and to finish the job. We all know someone in our life, unfortunately, that maybe went to a job the first day and on their break, they left and never came back. So our job as teachers is to foster high-functioning adults. And that actually begins very simple in the job family at the school. So I have here some of the jobs that you might have in your classroom, but again, everyone gets a job. Of course, everyone wants to be the line leader, okay, and I'm sure you've seen a lot of commotion at the front door when it's time to line up. But what about the line ender? That's actually even more important because the line ender's job is to make sure that everyone's out of the classroom, everyone is heading for a recess or for lunch, and make sure that no one is left behind. Everyone has a job. Depending on how often that your classroom meets, if they meet weekly or semi-monthly or daily, then that's how we're going to figure out how to rotate the jobs. We want to make sure that the children have time to be able to learn what the job is and to complete the task. And then the teacher will be one that will be rotating those in. So the children learn social skills only through a social setting. So the first thing we do is we're going to talk about jobs. So we know here that they have the greeter. And we've talked about that before, and this is my greeting plate. And it would be a child's job to greet each child when they come in, which is the most important job, and it begins the day. The second is the line leader that we've already talked about. Then the kindness counter. What's a kindness counter? Well, again, if you look for kindness, you're going to find it. So that's one of the jobs in the classroom. And right here, I have two simple bowls. And I have just some things from the earth, gifts from God. And when the kindness counter finds kindness, they'll take a shell or a rock and put it in the bowl. And at the end of the day, again, here's some math, you can count all the kindnesses in the bowl. That's a very important job because we all want kindness in our classroom. And the next is the fish feeder. Okay, you know how important it is was to make sure that our classroom pets are safe. The plant waterer, well, we know how to water plants. Does a 3 or 4 or 5-year-old knows how to water plants? Again, this is going to help with self-regulation. Again, I don't have time to teach all these things all day. I have so many standards. Being a teacher that you have to make sure the children achieve. Well, this is a way you can achieve those standards. The first thing to do is, math. So what you can do for some of your youngest children, you can have a spray bottle and you can say, for the large plants, squeeze and water it 10 times. For the other size plants, maybe for the larger plants, what you can do is you can say, you have to water them 15 times. Again, that's self-regulation, and there's that math involved. Or for the more advanced child, you can use measurements. Say, for example, the smaller plants would use a 1/4 cup of water, and the larger plants would use a 1/2 cup water. And when they start to be able to figure that one out, what you can do is you can take the 1/2 cup measurement, and then we'll have to figure out that 2 1/4 cups will equal the 1/2 cup. So then we have floor sweeper. And make note that the broom and dustpan that I have is child size because we want the children to be successful. Table washer, where that goes without saying. And again, there's the line leader. And at the end of the day, we want to revisit. We want to all get together and say, okay, how did you do with the jobs today? And then again, that's self-regulation and self-reflection. And ask each child say, did you do it? Or you have to work a little bit harder tomorrow. So again, self-regulation. And Joe, I believe he was a fish feeder, and he did pretty good, so he says he did it. Okay, what happens when Joe, the fish feeder, is absent and not in the school family? That's a good way to bring all the children together. Well, Joe's not here, and what's his job? He's the fish feeder. What's going to happen today if Joe's not here to feed the fish? Again, we want to have the children come up with a solution, and hopefully someone will volunteer. Well, I'll do Joe's job because I want to make sure that the fish are fed. Again, that helps create that school family. I hope that this is helpful, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.